All right, you guys, we got a lot to cover in this video, so I'm going to get right to it. This week, basically in this video, what I'm going to do, I'm going to combine two things that I normally did separately. Number one, I'm going to go through the chart markups that I'm looking at for the coming week, and I'm also going to cover the news that's coming out this week. The topic of this week in the news is going to be inflation. Let me bring this on screen so you guys can see this. As you guys can see that the CAD is coming out on Tuesday with their inflation numbers around 8:30 in the morning. Then you have the NZD coming out with their inflation numbers coming out on Tuesday as well. The pound is coming out with theirs on Wednesday at 2 a.m. in the morning. You got AUD coming out employment numbers at 9:30 on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, you got the JPY coming out with their inflation numbers. I think I'm missing a country because there was supposed to be 5 of them that were announcing inflation numbers. So do your own research, but I think that I'm missing one, but 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 of them. There may be a 5th, but either way it goes, inflation numbers is the driver behind when governments decide to make interest rate cuts or extensions of their interest rates. So that's very, very important information. So as each one rolls out their numbers, there could be spiking on those particular currencies. So again, let me put it on screen so you can take a screenshot of this. Make sure to take a screenshot of this so as you're trading this week, right before you take the trade, basically take a look at this, see if it's one of these countries that's going to be coming out with reporting numbers. And if it is, I would suggest to simply wait, take your trade after the news has come out, after, not before, okay? All right, because you don't know what it's going to say, and that's where you get into trading trouble. All right, so let's get right on into these charts. I got a lot of charting to go over for what I'm going to be looking for this coming week, and you can do the same, but here we go, okay? And I'm going to also go over what happened last week, and then look at what happened, what we can potentially see this coming week, okay? Also, I hope you guys have been enjoying some of the videos that I put out last week of the live trades that I was taking for our copycat members. So that you, if you're on the fence on what happens in the copycat group, kind of trades and this and that, you can clearly see, okay, here's a couple of trades that I took last week. And I don't record all of them, but I did record 3 of them last week alone so that you guys can see, okay, here's how we take trades and what's making it profitable, okay? All right, so AUD, let's go ahead and start with AUD, with the AUD pairs. And I'm going to go with the ocean wave first. So let's go ahead and start with that. And my mouse is acting funny, so I apologize. Hold on one second. It's just weird. It's not moving right. Okay, there we go. All right, that one is moving at super slow, but I'll take it. All right, so this is what I'm seeing coming up this week. It did have upward movement, as you can see, but now on the 30-minute, the arrow has come in. And going on to the 15-minute, let's take a look and see. My mouse is just really not acting right. There we go on the 15-minute. So that's that one. So that's potential, but it's a little far from the main wave. As you can see, it came down. So I would hope that it will pull up a little closer to the main wave, and then that may be a good trading opportunity. All right, and AUD, CAD. Let's take a look at that. No, that don't look bad at all. Ooh. Ooh-wee. Now that's pretty. That's the ones I like to see. I love it. I love it. Oh, AUD CAD may be on my radar. As you guys know, with the ocean wave, I trade the wave system in the beginning of the week because the market tends to like to go in a trending pattern. Except for this week, there may be some exceptions to the rule, and I'll show you that when we get to the simplicity system. There may be some exceptions to that, but typically I like to trade the ocean wave in the beginning of the week for trend trading, and then when the market gets ready for midweek reversals, then at that point I will switch over to the sexy analyst simplicity system, and I'll show you that momentarily. But again, there were some things that went haywire last week, so I'll show you some possibilities that may have some exceptions this week, okay? All right, let's go here. This is AUD NZD. All right, and that one has now cut through to the bottom. And so hey, if it pulls back up, that might be one that you can ride all the way down into the sunset, because as you can see, going to the 1 hour, it went up, up, up and away for a very long time. So if it shows and does the same thing going to the downside, that would be a pretty move, because that thing will last a long time. So this could be a long-term play for trending. So as you can see, it looks like the AUD pairs are softening a bit. Going to the, there you go on the AUD. The CHF. Okay, so that's another opportunity. So it looks like they're heading down, except for there was going to be an exception, and that exception is going to be this one. And when we get to it, I'll show you what I mean. This one went haywire last week, but I'm expecting a retracement early in the week, possibly. And I'll show you that one. So I won't explain that one. It's already way away from the main wave, as you can see. Here's the main wave way up here. And so it should pull back towards it. And so when we get to the simplicity charts, make sure to pay attention. Okay, make sure to pay attention to that, and I'll show you why. CAD JPY went sideways for a very long time, as you can see. Very, very sideways action. I don't like that. Nothing there for me. So this one is now dipped below. This is the CAD Swiss. So that could present a great opportunity for further downside movement. Let's go to, and I'm sorry again, this mouse is just acting crazy. I don't know what is going on with it. This is the Swiss JPY. I don't see much on that as well. It's ugly. So I wouldn't worry about that pair right there. All right, let's keep going. We have the euro. Euro went down big time, and it could pull back up towards the main wave first. Has a lot of here, but again, I would when we get to the simplicity charts, I'll show you what I mean. It could still go down a little bit more, but I'm showing you guys that, hey, right here it pulled up to. I expected it might pull up to the main wave, so I don't know. We'll see. Euro Swiss, okay, dipped under, so main wave pullback I'm hoping for. That one is a double bottom, as you can see right here. So we'll have to double check this one on the simplicity system. So it could pull back a little bit, but it looked like it created that double bottom, so I'll be cautious on this one here. Actually a triple bottom, 1, 2, and 3. So I'll be cautious on that one. A lot of these fell very, very hard, so they may be trying to catch their breath and get back up the heel again. So, all right, Euro CAD, it's dipped under, so that one could be a potential. Let's check this 15-minute. Yeah, so that one could be a potential. We'll see. EG, I don't trade EG a lot, so I don't pay attention to it. Let's go to EJ. EJ has a dip far away from the main wave. I would wait until that 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock hour during the Asian session and see if it pulls back to the main wave first. All right, so this is what I was talking about. You see it creates that double bottom and then it breaks through. So this one here, I would not push it to go further. As you can see, that's already price action that's broken above the neutral zone on the 15-minute. So this one may be a turnaround, and we'll have to check it when we get over to the simplicity system. GU to the downside, baby. GU to the downside, baby. Okay. GU. Okay. So that one could potentially go a little further. All right. And this is I'm sorry, that's the 1 hour. Let's see. Go over here. And that one, as you can see, is now broken to the neutral zone, and it created a bottom and a higher low. So as far as this one here, and again, I apologize for the mouse acting up, but I would not try to push this one too much further without checking the other system to see, hey, because again, a lot of these had created some problems, some issues due to news. So therefore, they may flow. As you can see here, guys, I'm so sorry. This mouse is just acting crazy. Wow. I'm sorry. All I can do is say I'm sorry. Hold on, let me. Okay, so I just got another mouse. All right, so let's see if this works better. All right, so as you guys can see, this created a double bottom right here. So boom, 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 creating higher lows. So on that pair, I will be really cautious on whether to continue to try to push that one to the downside. But again, I would double check it on the other system momentarily, but as you can see, price action has broken above. So I would be very, very cautious on that if I was you. Very cautious. All right, let's get to GU. I'm sorry, GA. So GA, same thing. It has already started drifting upwards, as you can see. So this one could potentially keep going upward. All right, so be very careful. And that's that one. That's G Swiss. It could pull up to the upside and then continue down some more, possibly. All right, and this is GCAD. I don't see much on there. This is the 15-minute. So it looks like on the 15-minute, it's starting to show that it is converging to the downside or dropping to the downside, but we don't have confirmation here. So I would wait for that confirmation there. Okay, let's get to GJ. GJ has already dropped tremendously. So when it does these major drops, what I anticipate is pullbacks to the main wave. So, just be aware of that. So I wouldn't be looking at that one, me personally. Now, this is what I'm talking about. All right, let me show you guys what I mean. Here's another opportunity. I like this one off the 15-minute. All right, you see how far price action is away from the main wave? Main wave, it's the yellow when it's to the downside, and it's green to the upside. Now, these are when you get this system, you can change these to any color you want. I could have made the main wave red, which I may do. Let's see. Matter of fact, let me do that. See if I like that. All right, let's go here and see mine's is yellow. Let me see if I like this red. Oops, didn't do that. See if you guys like that better so you can see it when it's heading down. Maybe that'll work. I don't like it. Nah. See, it's hard to see. I don't like that. Nope. I'll go back to my yellow. Yellow stands out better for me. So you can change, as you can see, you can just simply change the colors and then save the template. But for me, I'll leave it at that. So I got green, lime green going to the upside, and I got yellow to the downside, so it stands out. All right, so anyway, the bottom line is this looks like see how far this has dropped away from the main wave? The main wave is this big, the thick yellow. Okay, now let's go to this one. When I say pull back, and that's what I'm looking for, bing, bing. That is gorgeous. See how price action is right close to the main wave and the candles are clustering. Okay, they're really tight. Always pull this tight because I don't want to see all this jiggity jaggedy. Okay, that's why I pull mine real tight, because I only want to see the direction of the trend. That's it. Thin it out and I can clearly see the direction of the trend. All the noise, don't tell me about the noise. I don't want to hear noise. I don't want to hear about the noise. I just want to see the trend. Okay, so as you guys can see, oh, I'm sorry. I got this AI camera, and when I do my hand, hold on. I'm telling it to not follow me. See, now it's following me. Stop. All right. And it blinked. Okay, so now it's not following me no more. Okay, good. All right, so the point is that this is what I'm talking about. So NZD CAD would be a beautiful one for me. Oh my God, that is really, really nice. Remember, inflation numbers are coming out, so there could be some spiking going on. You got CAD and NZD both coming out on Tuesday with inflation numbers. So be very careful on trading this. But the point is, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Fresh arrow. We have some support on the lower time frames that matches the upper time frames. You only have the 1 hour that is in conflict. But outside of that, most of this is saying, yes, go to the downside, which is perfect. So we'll be trading with the major higher time frames and the lower time frames are matching. Candles are really close to the main wave. Everything looks just absolutely gorgeous. That is one that will be definitely. Here's another one that I like. As you can see how the candles are real tight and close to the main wave, as opposed to, look at this one. This one here, look how far away the candles are. That means that the price action has dropped tremendously, and they'll probably try to pull back up. And you'll see that when we get over to the other trading system and momentarily. So this is the Mona Lisa of what I look for when I'm trading the ocean wave. This is absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, it did the same thing here. Price action stayed really tight and close to the main wave, and it just drifted. And that drift, let's count the pips from where the arrow came in to here, was 127 pips to the upside. So my God, that would be a nice trade. Oh my goodness, that's nice. All right. So this one dropped up underneath. I like the way this one looks as well. This is on the 15-minute time frame. Okay. And as you can see, again, it's pretty close to the main wave. So that will be one on my radar as well. So it looked like the NZD pairs may be having some, oh, Jesus. Oh, Oh, oh my God. So it looked like the NZD pairs are going to be on my radar this week. Ooh, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Yes. 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 NZD pairs definitely on my radar for the trending. Okay. Ooh. Oh, that looks delicious. Wow. All right. So this is NZD, USD. Okay. Now that one's kind of far from the main wave. I think it can still keep going, but we'll see. Look at this. This is what I was talking about right here. All of this is heading in the same direction. But look at how far this is from the main wave. And we'll check the other system so you can see whether this is a good fit or not. Because some of these have dropped tremendously, so I'm concerned about that. But I do know several of them are looking delicious. All right, so this one was one that went into the neutral zone last week and it broke up to the upside, and it may continue upside a little bit more. We'll see. USD CAD. I don't see nothing there right now. Let's check the 30-minute. Yeah, see how it popped all the way up? That thing went up. Ocean Wave called it like nobody's business. Great job, Ocean Wave. All right, and this is USD JPY, and that thing popped up 100%. So there we are. All right, wow. Now, here's where it's going to get. Oh, let's go to the USD 30. U30 is right there, and that's to the downside. So Ocean Wave called it. That's why I said if you're going to trade the indices with any of my systems, please make sure to get the Ocean Wave. Don't use the other system. This one reads it much better. Okay, much better. Now, as you can see, this is a I don't know who this is. That ain't the NAS 100. So I don't know what that is. Anyway, y'all, we'll get to the other ones another time. All right, let's get, because this video running a little bit long and I didn't want it to. All right, let's get over to the other side. Now, here's what I was talking about. Look at this, what happened, guys. You see how price action has dropped tremendously on some of these pairs. That's why I say be very, very careful. Because what happens is when it drops, let's look at here. Let's go all the way back here. Drops really, really fast and hard. What happens? Retracement. Drops really, really hard. What happens? Retracement. Drops really, really hard. What? Retracement. Drops really, really hard. What next? A possible retracement. So that's why I say be very, very careful when you're looking at some of these pairs. See, they look really nice for trend trading, but this is why you want to wait till the Asian session, late in the Asian session, because during the Asian session is when you can possibly see these things doing some corrections or whatever. So I would be very, very cautious about entering into just trend trades right off the top without letting it go through a couple of these trading sessions first to see, because like I said, look what happened here. Major drop. And big candles like this for new people, that means it was news events. Big drop. Big retracement. See, same thing here. Big drop. Fast and hard. Retrace. Fast and hard, retrace. Fast and hard, what may happen? Retracement, okay? There was a lot of news, okay? Okay, now this one is different. See how it's not hard, fast candles? It was just, it broke through. So now when you're going and looking at this thing on the Ocean Wave, that one would make more sense. See what I mean? That one makes more sense because it didn't have a hard, fast drop. So if that one continues, yeah, that'll be a great trade to the downside. Okay, that would be great because it drifted upwards, really, really long-term move to the upside. So hopefully it'll pull back, and I would love to get into this one myself and just hold it for a while to the downside, because as you can see, the downside move is happening here. So if this is the line, okay, and here's a touch, 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 touch. Here it is, it dropped. Hopefully it'll come back up, touch my trend line, and then continue down. Now we're talking. Now we're talking completely different from the big drop candles. Okay, see this big drop candle? You already see a retracement has started. So same thing with this one. Okay, this one dropped through the floor. Okay, here's the normal trend line that it was respecting, and guess what happened? See, big news came out on the US dollar. Big retracement. Big news. A lot of people jumped into the US dollar. So I heard last week, because they're concerned about all the global tensions and everything else that's going on, economic data and blah, blah, blah. So they're trying to go to the current, for now, the dollar is still the safe haven. And so what they're trying to do is jump to the dollar as a safe haven, right? But once that people tend to relax and get back comfortable and all these different things, then they'll get their common sense back in their head, and then you'll possibly see this thing pull back up for a retracement, okay? Just like it did here. Huge moves. Knee-jerk reaction, retracement. Huge move. What could possibly happen next? Knee-jerk reaction is done, and now you get a retracement, okay, to get it back into the respective trend lines, okay? Just like it did here. For an example, look, broke out all the way out. Why? Knee-jerk reaction. What happened immediately next? Did it keep going? It came back to its common sense and came back into the trend line. Came back out, came back in, came back out, and then eventually dropped down the other way. Huge move to the upside, huge move to the downside. The dollar is under a lot of news. I know a lot of you guys like to trade the dollar, but I'm just letting you know this is part of the problem. Okay, this is part of the problem. The dollar is having some problems. It's really, really noisy. Okay, so just be aware of that when you're trading the dollar pairs. It's been very, very noisy lately. All right, so let's get to the next pair. All right, you guys are seeing what I'm saying. See, here we go. Huge drops, huge retracement, huge drop, huge retracement, huge drop. Look what happened, retracement. Okay, so be very careful before you just jump right in at the market open. Okay, same thing there. I don't see much of nothing I like, but okay, this is an accordion. I don't like that shape. So anyway, I'm not really looking for these right here for trading early in the week anyway. I don't trade reversals often, but in this situation, I might have to make an exception. Let me move my head out the way because look at these huge drops. See, this is the dollar, euro dollar, same thing. Huge, massive drop out of its normal, and so therefore what could potentially happen is it could pull up back up and retrace to try to regain some balance, okay, because that was just a knee-jerk reaction, okay, on Friday. All right, so let me pull my head back down, and you guys can see here, see again, bounce, drop to the downside, retracement, okay, so that's what could potentially happen on a lot of these pairs. This one here is one that I made money for the for my copycat group on this particular trade, and I actually did a video on it last week. See, I knew here was the same thing. See, huge drop, huge retracement, huge drop. And what did I do for the copycat group? We made about 30 pips on this one, and I could have went for more, but you know, I was heading out the door and I didn't want to watch charts. So this thing retraced back up by about 70 or 80 pips. Whoa. Jeez. So I could have made us twice as much money. But again, I didn't want to sit there watching the charts because I was heading out on the date. But I did make some money and I did record the video. Check it out last week on my trade there. And you can clearly see what I had, why I took that trade. Because again, huge drop, huge retracement or slant patterns, which you guys who've been with me, you know what that means. Okay, let's go to EuroCAD. See, all these pairs did major moves to the downside because of news. Okay. This is an accordion. I do not like, personally, I do not like trading the EG. Okay, I really don't. See, here we go. Now, this one I did take on my personal portfolio. I didn't want to send this out just in case I was wrong. But I seen it hitting here, the support line. It came out a little bit and came back up. So I got me a quick 30 pips off of that on Friday because I knew it just, see, look at all these moves. Huge move down, huge move up, huge move down, huge move up. Okay, same thing, just over and over. Look at what happened with GU. GU dropped through the floor because of noise. Okay, noisy. Okay, noisy. Okay. All right, and this is, by the way, this is a demo account. I forgot to see right here. You enter that support, and I forgot to close this thing out. But it was a demo account with only a penny, so who cares? So that's that. Anyway, GU, because usually once I see it break through the floor because of news, you just want to close it out. But see, this was one of those demo accounts. I completely forgot to even put in a stop loss on this one. But again, it's a demo, so who cares? And let me show you guys what I mean. Hold on, let me bring this down. Uncle P, look at that. I already know somebody gonna be talking. Uncle P, see, demo. Which, by the way, this broker we've been using for a very, very long time. I'm not making recommendations, but just letting you know, this one still uses STEMT4, okay? So anyway, that's why I completely forgot about it. So this is just a demo. I wasn't caring. All right. But here's why you want to use a stop loss. Let me say this. So at first, you can see support here. This is a great example. Okay. Here's strong support because this is what people look for. Strong support levels, right? Which is what you're supposed to do. Okay. And make this thicker so you guys can see this. So this is a great opportunity to show you why you want to use a stop loss at all times. Okay. Unless you just like me forgot. And it's a demo. Who cares? And it's just a penny. Who cares? Oh, you know what it was? I know what this is. You know, some of these things I use this account during class time. So we could have been looking at something during class time and just doing review. And that's why I just take example trades and I didn't do it because I was like, oh, how did this happen? This is our class account. So, you know, I don't trade my personal portfolio or the copycat on it. So this is the class account. So that's what probably happened. So we were looking at this showing support. See, strong support, and this is what people look at, strong support levels. And then if news comes out, guess what happens? Boom, it drops through because news does not respect levels. News does, write this in your notes, news does not respect levels. I'll say it again, news does not respect levels. I'll say it one more time, news does not respect levels. When news come out, it can, who cares about a level, okay? So therefore, it breaks through depending on the news, okay? Depending on the news. So that's the reason why, you guys, the video I did on trading news events, make sure to watch that because normally if there's a news event, I will wait at least 30 minutes to an hour and you can check out the other details on that video. But this would be a great example of what I mean. But if you normally, if I was on my live account, I definitely would have been using a stop loss. Okay. And what you want to do is put your stop, me personally on this trade. If I was entering here, I would put at least a 20 or 30 or 50 pip stop, whatever. 40 pips is good. Right below the average daily range. So that would have been about 50 pips. So yeah, there you go. So you would have been tapped out. But this is a classroom account. So that's why I'm like, what happened here? So a lot of times when we take example trades or people ask me questions on what to see and look for, then we'll do a little sample something and then go from there. Okay, so anyway, moving on. Because I'm like, I know I ain't personally had this because I don't have that, but I forgot. That's why. All right, moving on. All right, same thing here. See, hard retracement, pull back up. All right, GA. Hard to the downside, hard to the upside, hard to the downside, hard to the upside. This one probably pull back this week to the downside. We'll see. But this is what I meant. See how it hit support? See that trend line is being respected? See, first it was creating the lows then broke up, support. So it's respecting it over here. So as soon as price action pushed it all the way down, you can see that this thing bounced all the way back up. All right, GCAD. GCAD right here, respected the trend lines. Boom, drop to the downside. Now this probably could retrace back up, but it looks pretty ugly to me. Okay, I think that it could retrace back up and then continue to the downside, such as what Ocean Wave had said. Okay, all right, let's look at this one here. Yeah, see, that's why I said this is my classroom account. Look at this. This is from something we marked up last week or a week before. Sorry, you guys. All right, so here. This is where the big move had happened. Midweek reversals did take place. And that's the whole point, guys. Look at what happened during the midweek reversals. Midweek reversals were respected. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Will I be looking at this at the beginning of the week? Absolutely not. I'm telling you guys, no. Except for the ones that went to the extremes, which a lot of them did. You may see some early retracements. So that's why I said, personally, I wouldn't, if I was you, and you're still new, I wouldn't even worry about looking at charts or anything early in the week because a lot of these may do some funny stuff out of its normal, except for, you know, the NZDs. But even the NZD pairs, remember I was showing you the Ocean Wave, they look really, really good. But see, now looking at it from here, and they may pull back up first. They may pull back up first to recover some of that naughtiness that happened early last week because there was a lot of major drops last week because of news, okay? So if that's the case, now see, that is one, we talked about that one, I'm sorry. But this is one, like I said, look at the candles here, for an example, they're small. Look at the candles here, major drops. So they may retrace back up to try to recover some of that loss, okay? See this? Same thing, okay? So everything that looked pretty, you know, see, look at this. Same thing with the dollar. All of them did the same thing, drop to the floor. And I was like, what is going on with the dollar? But people said, oh, safe haven, safe haven. They're nervous. Okay. Here's CAD. Look at that. USD CAD. Okay. All right. And there we go. UJ, this one has potential to go either way, to be honest with you. When it's clustering like this, I don't trust it. But either way it goes, I would not be looking for reversals too early. It could, because I see this sharp move to the downside, sharp move to the upside, and it's stuck right here. So either it's going to do a breakout right here. And let me mark this up. I'll show you guys. See there? So either it's going to respect this level and fall, or it's going to find this thing and break out to the upside. So it's at a critical level right there, the US dollar versus the yen. And so that's that. Okay. Here is, I don't like trading the US 30 with this system necessarily, unless I really don't. I like the ocean wave better. But again, this one could also pull back up as well. Okay, this one may pull back up because you see here's the trend line it was respecting, and now it just broke all the way through the floor because of, again, news. So those of you guys, and let me close with this, and let me say this, and then we're done. Thank you, Jesus, for letting me finish. All right, so for those of you guys who think that you shouldn't look at fundamentals. Oh, price action is all you need, and all. I heard so much foolishness. It's just ridiculous. Oh, price action is all you need. Hold on one second. Price action is all you need. You don't need all the other fundamentals now. Okay, explain all these drops, because all these drops are not just simple price action. These are news events that nobody's seen coming, and so when people judge their success rate on price action alone, I think there's people who are just not savvy, okay? Because any institutional trader, any bank, they have an army of market analysts. They call them analysts, okay? What is the job of the analyst? The job of the analyst is to survey and search through news to see what potential situations are coming up. As a matter of fact, I got an email this morning from Black Bull, okay, which is another brokerage. So Black Bull sent them a notification saying, hey, here's doing the same thing I did. Here's the upcoming news events for this coming week that you guys may be paying attention to. And they saw the same thing also, which is the inflation reports. So they have a market analyst who puts out a newsletter to tell them what to look for ahead of time. So if it's good for banks and institutional traders, then why in the heck are retail traders constantly talking about it ain't necessary? And yet the retail trader is the one who loses all the time. See? So institutional traders, professional traders, we lose trades as well because sometimes the economic data that just pops out of the blue, nobody saw it, such as what happened on Friday. That's how you end up losing trades, which is why the best strategy is to manage your money, because you could have the best setups, the best analysis, and look what happened. It can break through, just like I showed you guys on GU. Okay, GU hit multiple bottoms, which is price action. Price action, you're looking to the left, looking for support. And what happened? Economic news came out, broke right through the floor. Okay, so the best strategy is to manage your money so that when these things happen, you will still be in the game, so that when the clouds clear, meaning when news events are over and people get their common sense back, okay, because a lot of those big moves are just knee-jerk reactions in the market, okay? But once the common sense come back in the market, you have capital in your account to play it back when it comes back to its norms, which is what the banks and institutional traders do. They do the same thing. Don't think that they win every trade. I told you guys, and I still got to do that video for you guys, that 5 hours with the institutional traders down in London that I did. 5 hours with these guys, learning everything they had going on. Okay, and I am working with them. I'm trading one of their accounts for them. But the point is that they had a 70% win rate, 70%, and yet they're huge international trading community, one of the largest in the world, and they only have a 70% win rate, which means 30% of all their trades they're losing. 30% using their strategy. Okay, using their strategy. Currently, with the copycat group, we're up 83% for the year, so we're doing better than them. Okay, we had a little rocky couple of weeks because of economic data, but we're still beating them. Our little company, we're performing better than them. Okay, I ain't gonna say their company name because I don't want them pissed at me, but the truth is we're doing better than them. But when the economic data hits, you guys can clearly see there's just nothing you can do about that because it's like, somebody, it's like getting, saying, well, you should live here and you shouldn't be ever getting shot. But then you go to a festival or something and then, you got some crazy person who came out and they shooting. So yeah, it wasn't that you was just, a bad person. You just at the wrong place at the wrong time. Why? Because who could have anticipated something like that? You get what I'm saying? It just happened out the blue. So that's what happened on Friday, and that's what's been happening over the last couple of weeks. There's been a lot of economic data because the markets are just reacting to all this craziness that's happening in the world. New wars are popping up. Like the big one that happened was Iran and Israel. As soon as that happened, oh my God, the market went crazy. So these are like random shootings that happen in the market. So you can't blame anybody if the markets go crazy, but yourself if you blow your account. So the best thing to do is keep your risk between 2 to 3% per trade, or even 5%. I don't care, whatever it is. Just don't go 40, 50% on each trade expecting to flip it so fast. That's only in the retail world of nonsense. Okay, professionals, they already know. Hey, gunfire could be popping off at any time, at anywhere. This is a war in the markets, meaning the news, it's war. So gunshots could be popping off everywhere. So you keep your head on the swivel. You never trust a trade 100% because anything could be happening. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? So no more talking about, oh, I blew my account. You only blow accounts if you over leverage. I will say that again. You only blow accounts under one condition, and that's over leveraging your account. Because you trusted the trade 100%. Every time I blew an account, it was not because of the trade or the strategy, it was because I over leveraged. Okay? Getting greedy. Okay? Trusting the setup too much. Price action, setup. Oh. Okay? All right, guys. Hopefully this video helped, and I will see you in class on Wednesday. Thank you very much. Peace and hair grease.